Hola, te doy la bienvenida a Spring Spanish. Welcome to Spring Spanish. Yo soy Mariana. I'm Mariana and I'm one of the teachers at Spring Spanish. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you 30 sustantivos en español, 30 Spanish nouns. But I want this lesson to be fun for you. So I'm not going to randomly present 30 Spanish nouns like you see in other videos. Instead, I came up with a theme. 30 Spanish nouns you must know when traveling to a Spanish-speaking country. And to make this lesson even more practical, I'm going to give you sentences with these nouns for you to use right away. Pretty neat, right? Los sustantivos, nouns, are everywhere. Why? Because we use them to name something, like a place, Mexico, a thing, avión, plane, a concept or an idea, amor, love, or a person, Natalie Portman. So basically, everything. So our first noun is país, country. Here are some ways to use the noun país in a sentence. ¿Qué país quieres visitar? Which country do you want to visit? ¿De qué país eres? Which country are you from? Chunk alert. In Spanish, we say ¿de qué país?, which translates into from which country. Learn this chunk by heart and you won't have to worry about the right preposition again. Once you have chosen el país, the country, you need to choose una ciudad, a city. Use it in sentences like these. Mi ciudad favorita es Berlín. My favorite city is Berlin. ¿Cuál es tu ciudad favorita? Which is your favorite city? Let me know in the comments. Once you have chosen una ciudad, a city, you need to determine when you're going to travel. So our next noun is la fecha, the date. La fecha, la ciudad y el país aparecerán en tu boleto. The date, the city, and the country will appear on your ticket. Boleto is another important noun, but you should know that not all Spanish-speaking countries use this word. Some, like Spain, say billete, and others, mainly in Central America, use the word tiquete. Chunk alert. In Spanish, we say en tu boleto to mean on your ticket. The date of your trip has finally arrived, así que situémonos en el aeropuerto. So let's imagine we're at the airport. Check out Paulísima's video about Spanish at the airport for a complete explanation of the chunks that will help you in that situation. In the meantime, you should know that maleta or valija are the equivalent of bag, and equipaje is the equivalent of luggage. Use these words in the following sentences. ¿Dónde deposito mi equipaje? Where should I drop my luggage? ¿Dónde recojo mi equipaje? Where should I collect my luggage? Now, either at the airport or somewhere in the city you are visiting, you will have to go to the bathroom. So it's important that you know how to refer to it in Spanish, right? This is also one of those words that has a different name depending on the country or the situation. Baño, popular in Mexico. Sanitarios, popular in Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, El Salvador, Dominican Republic, and Mexico. Servicios, widely used in Colombia, but you also hear it in Mexico. A very important word when traveling abroad is our next noun, comida, food. ¿Dónde puedo probar comida típica? Where can I try traditional food? But if you are starving and just want to have a sandwich or whatever, porque con hambre todo es bueno, because when one is hungry, everything tastes good, ask where can you find a restaurant. If you are on a holiday, all you can think about is resting and having fun. Y la cerveza y el vino son buenos amigos. And beer and wine are good friends. These are useful chunks to order them. ¿Qué cervezas tienes? Which beers do you serve? Se me antoja una cerveza. I have a craving for a beer. Quiero una copa de vino. I'd like to have a glass of wine. Now you might prefer beer or wine depending on our next noun, el clima, the weather. Calor means warmth and frío means cold. These are useful chunks. Hace muchísimo calor. It's really warm. Tengo mucho frío. I'm really cold. In Spanish, we say I have cold instead of I am cold. Why? I have no idea. That's just how it is. So it's better to learn it by heart as a whole, as a chunk, and you will always get it right. The weather might play an important role in you defining what you want to do during your holiday. But unless it's snowing outside, which rarely happens in most Spanish-speaking countries, why would you stay en tu hotel, in your hotel, all day long? Seguro se te antoja un paseo. You might want to take a tour. So make sure you ask for la hora del paseo, the time of the tour, or la hora en que sale el autobús, the time when the coach leaves. It's important that you know keywords that will allow you to ask for help in the event of una emergencia, an emergency, another noun. Make sure you know el teléfono, the phone number to call la policía, the police. If you have been robbed, which I hope never happens to either of us, you could say, fui víctima de un robo. I have been robbed. Fui testigo de un robo. I witnessed a robbery. Víctima, testigo, y robo, victim, witness, and robbery are 3 more nouns for you. A life-saving chunk is me duele, it hurts, plus the body part that is hurting. Your throat, for example, might give you trouble if you have una alergia, an allergy. To ask for ayuda, help, use the chunk necesito ayuda. I need help.